D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D.
Oh, yeah.
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. I'm in Houston. Darren McCarty, he's at the Woodward Sports compound in Birmingham. KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. No big deal, D-Mac. 82 degrees today.
Thanks a lot, Neal. Thanks a lot. I will summon that. I told the boys if the sun comes out this afternoon, I will be out there for 9 holes. I guarantee it. Next 3 days, I got to get it in. It's the only time left.
Sicko stuff.
Dude,
Savagery.
D-Mac, you look. I love golf. You love golf, dude. Like you're a psychopath, bro.
Absolutely. Well, we just, celebrated 10 years sobriety yesterday. We sacrificed the alcohol for the golf course. Thank you, boys, and thank you to everybody out there for all your well wishes on social and whatever. I do appreciate them. I try to read and try to respond to them all, but I do appreciate it. All I want to say is for everybody out there who doesn't think that they have a chance or there is hope. Explore your options. You're looking at 2 guys right here, mine with alcohol and insomnia, and Neal with sugar and stuff like this, but don't tell us it can't be done, because it can be, and we love you all out there. Thank you very much.
No, and D-Mac, it was cool just looking at social media, and I texted you this yesterday, but like that's the mark of a life that's been lived well, dude. The impact, like, look, I know, like we're around you, we're friends with you, we go out places with you, like we know. But when you see it like pour in on social media, you've touched a lot of people's lives, man. Like for real, you have. So salute to you, brother. For real.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate everything.
Absolutely. But yeah, Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, and look, we're gonna get a little deeper into the Lions and Eagles. I have some thoughts on Philadelphia fans and generally the city of Philadelphia that I'll get into. What?
Don't do that. We know where that's going.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it is, KG. It is. To answer your question, yes, it is going to go there. I've been there. It's a trash city. More on that later. But jumping in that Woodward Sports chat thread, yes, Pete Smith, Neal, undisclosed location rule. Should we get the? Should I get the scrambled face and the scrambled voice? Like, should we do that?
Yeah, I can put up a silhouette for your picture. Yeah.
Deep fake.
Yeah. No, but yes, I'm in Houston. Woodward Sports chat thread. Neal, how does Oakland keep getting these premier games? Because we'll take a check. We do it for money. Like that's a dirty little secret, everybody. You know why Michigan played at LCA yesterday against Wake Forest? For money.
Yeah,
like that's why they did it. Michigan did hold on, but no. The answer to the question is I ain't say that. How does Oakland get these premier opponents, Neal? Because we play for money. Like that's the way that it works. We are playing the number one team in the nation again, back-to-back games for the first time since 1990 when Oklahoma did that. But
Isn't
but
it
yeah,
though, Neal?
Yeah.
Sorry, Neal, I got a question about that. Because with Coach Campion, his resume, but Oakland University has set themselves up. They're sort of like that premier of sort of that next level teams that these other teams, because they get something out of them. It's just not a blowout. You can really test to where your team's at. And you saw that, maybe not so much in the Michigan game that they played, but the Purdue game. Right, where Purdue's coach, like these other top teams don't get it twisted. Yes, Campy likes to check, Oakland likes to check and stuff like this, but they have a competitive team that goes in there and tests some of these big number one seeds, the teams that are supposed to win the national championship. Isn't that the truth?
No, it is, and like you see, because I got a couple of texts or DMs on social media from people yesterday. You see what happened. So, like, when we played Michigan, they were 19 for 35 from 3. They're going to beat every team in the nation. But then last night, they were 3 for 22 going into overtime. So, things changed, but they got the win. So props to them. And by the way, Mara, their big guy, I don't know what it is about Dusty May and how he does this with these 7-foot guys that he finds. That Mara was a bench guy at UCLA that Dusty May brings in there. And what do you have, like 18 and 16? And he didn't get the block on the, last shot of the game yesterday, but he blocked that shot more or less because you saw the crazy ish that guy had to be on to get it up there. So Dusty May, man, I told you Michigan fans when they hired him, you guys were like, I don't know, this guy's from Florida Atlantic. That guy knows ball, bro. So
Yeah, I was
I don't know how he does it.
I was on board when I heard it. Anything was better than what we had, Neal.
that is true. That is absolutely true. But yeah, we're definitely going to get into the Lions and the Lions and the Eagles stuff. But no, that was a nice win for Michigan last night. They got the job done, and props to them. So they're going to be in a good spot, man, going forward. They are. Adam, is it true Michigan cooked Oakland so bad Neal had to get YouTube blocked for a week?
God
No, again, they made 19 threes, dude. Michigan's going to beat everybody when they do that.
It was a dick joke.
Mike G in the chat. So, Neal, eye test. Michigan's better than Purdue. I think so. I think now Purdue was missing a guy when they played us.
And we also know, like, Dusty May and Michigan is, if they're hitting their threes, they'll beat anybody. But if they go cold, they can lose to anybody. Like, that's how they play basketball.
Our shooting is not consistent. That's the only worry I have about this thing.
No, and like, you saw it to start the game, right? 4 turnovers in, like, the first 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's their problem. And then they have a stretch where they don't turn it over, and they dominate it. So, Art Vandelay, Neal's broadcasting in a hotel room like he's on the run from the law. LOL. Yeah. D-Mac, I did have a question for you, and it happened to me this morning after breakfast. I've been doing this about 15, 16 years, doing college basketball, NBA, all that stuff. So needless to stay in hotels a lot, as you did, obviously, in your career. You ever forget your hotel number, your room number?
Oh, yeah. Floors. Gone to different hotels, right? Like, you get to, you're out and about and you've stayed usually you stay at the same one, but if you switch it up, we've done that many times. Many times. Dude, it's parking garages. Hey, that's why they made camera phones to shoot where your parking garage. I've been lost at Detroit for like 2 hours looking for my car. I was looking in the wrong parking garage. So, I mean, it's just apropos for me, Neal, but it happened to you today?
It did, for the first time in my career. Now, the hotel thing, when you get to bigger cities sometimes, you'll go out on the town or whatever, you'll go out to dinner or go out for drinks or whatever, and then you'll get in the Uber and you'll be like, we're at the Marriott. And they're like, which one? And you're like, I don't know.
Right, I'm at the Marriott, big figure it out.
I don't know which one it is. The Marriott.
Right.
So I've had that happen before. Yeah, I've had that happen before, but I never forgot my room number until this morning.
Well,
so
then
that's
now you know what you have to do, right? The little sleeve that they put your key in or whatever like that. You got to rip that off, put it in your wallet, or mark it down or whatever like that, because you're officially old.
Yeah, Woodward Sports chat thread, Rando Smalls. Neal, that's a badass hat, bud. Yeah, the Oakland people hooked it up for me.
Yeah, you gotta give me one of those, Neal.
Yeah, your Oakland gear be top notch.
Yeah, I keep telling Spenny, I'm gonna get something for you, Spenny. I am. I've been working our merch guy, so I'll get it out.
The biggest hat
D-Mac
you have, or a 2XL anything.
Right, his head massive.
So much.
That is
brains.
true. D-Mac at the wrong hotel. LOL. Guys, it's easier to do than you think it is.
No,
D-Mac. That's
And
just my fact.
shout out to Mike Willett in there with a super chat. He says, did you know the Edmund Fitzgerald was built in Detroit and was headed to Zug Island in Detroit the night she sunk? Shout out to Edmund Fitzgerald. I wanted to super chat that on Monday, but YouTube was down.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched Derek Kever's Fox 2 piece on the Edmund Fitzgerald, so I absolutely did know that.
29
Thank
Brave
you, Mike.
Souls. That was the anniversary.
The way that it twisted when it went down and how it landed on the bottom, they still don't know. Still
can't get to it, yeah.
Those rough Superior.
You know what's the wildest thing about that, bro? There were 25-foot waves on Lake Superior.
Yeah.
Like 25-foot waves. You would never get me out there on a boat, dude. Never.
Dude, that's not like the worst one. The worst one was like at the beginning of the turn of the century. It was like lost 25 boats or something like that that are down there. Like, that's what they talk that it can come up quick. And anybody who's been out on Superior, yeah, exactly, Neal. That how do you avoid that? Not being out there.
Thank you. That's like I always say. That's like I always say, man. Like, you're never going to hear about me dying in a skydiving accident because I'm never going to skydive.
Yep.
So you'll never, like people say never. I'm telling you, never. You will never see the story. Local broadcaster dies in skydiving accident. It's never going to happen to me. Never. I can say that with 100% certainty.
That's fair.
Yep.
I'd be jumping out.
Absolutely.
I would jump out of a plane
I've
for
done
sure.
it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll
You
do it
have
again.
before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely. I haven't done it solo.
Of course, D-Mac's done it.
Yeah.
We should do a BDE trip where
Let's go.
me and D-Mac do it. KG, if you want to do
No,
it.
I'll be on the
Neal
ground
can-
I was
cheering
going to
y'all
say,
on. Yeah.
I'd assume you'd
Neal-
say that
Neal
is
and
white
KG.
people shit.
Yeah, that's very white people shit.
Okay, that's fair. You and Neal could be on
I got
ground
a towel
and
in
be-
the
I'm going to
Gatorade,
agree with KG. Like, totally, it is totally dumb white people shit.
Yeah.
But Benny,
I'm down.
we fit the criteria.
Yeah. I mean, can't run from what
You
I
guys-
am.
That's it.
You absolutely do. In the super chat too, Stephen David. We just had our newborn, Jordan Anthony. Cheers. Salute,
Cheers.
Stephen David.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Appreciate
Stephen
you
Davis.
tapping
Shout
in.
out to OG, man.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's do this then, because I want to get into this Eagles game, and I wasn't there yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to. I didn't have a chance to weigh in on the Monday night game, but I'm going to spin that into. We got to talk about this Eagles game, dude. Are the Eagles still this big, bad, scary proposition? I don't think so. So let's do that then. Let's get into it, and let's chop it up. Ben Johnson Law, everybody, you guys already know.
It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty.
Sometimes there it is. Sometimes justice is a settlement or I thought I did something wrong.
Yeah, I looked up like, what the
That's
hell?
impossible, bro. That's impossible.
I mean,
I
I
was
do
talking
backpack.
aggressive as hell.
Yeah. No, but guys, seriously though, don't do something wrong. If you have a legal proceeding in your life, if you need justice, whether it's a settlement, whether it's a verdict, whatever your justice is, you need Ben Johnson on your side. You need the fighter. You need to go to venfights.com. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Like, guys, look, losing's not an option. All right, that's the bottom line. Get the justice you need. Get Ben Johnson Law.
What about Art and Jake's?
Art and Jake's, everybody, you guys already know. Look, we were out there Sunday. If you watched the watch party, you know. And Art and Jake's, man, bottom line, they're the best sports bar in the sports bar game. They were phenomenal to us out there. The menu is top notch. Spencer was eating the burgers, eating the tuna, having the steak bites, dude, all of it. It's like a sports bar that's upper echelon that will end up costing you less than that wing place that does sports. 80 wall-to-wall TVs. They have the high-definition media wall. All of it is out there for you at Art and Jake's. Great daily specials, the Rib Mondays. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have not been, scan the QR code on the screen. Find out which one of the 6 Art and Jake's locations work best for you. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting, a fine dining flavor.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Looking to upgrade your relaxation game? Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands for massage chairs like Infinity and the Asaki Platinum that is sitting in here. Spenny was out for about 15 minutes before the show. What was that rapper that we were listening to?
Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh, man. Check out Earl Sweatshirt if you haven't. You can listen to it with the Massage Chair House if you wanted to. They're located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc, creator of the top YouTube Massage Chair Review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com. Scan the QR code, Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Yeah, the song's called
All right.
Chum, if anybody wants to.
That was good. That was slaps.
Oh, yeah. He's got bars.
All right, we are off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. I'm in Houston, D-Max in Birmingham with the boys, and we're getting into it. Lions, Eagles, Sunday night. Look, D-Mac, before I get into all this, and we have some Eagles news that's been breaking. Adam Schefter has talked about it with Jair Alexander. He has been placed on the reserve/retired list. Jair Alexander is considering retirement right now. Wow. You got Eagles fans on social media asking if they can get the pick back. But that's funny. I was told Howie Roseman is the greatest GM that's ever lived. That's weird that he would give away a pick for a guy that's going to retire, right? Why does everyone retire from the Eagles this year, D-Mac?
That is crazy.
That is a great question.
Two retirements in one season is nuts, bro.
Right,
and two key
for
positions.
guys that they brought in, but I guess they are guys that brought in. But you bring up a bigger question, right? Is the fact of chink in the armor or whatever? I still think Howie Rosen is still one of the best GMs in football, but you know what? He's gonna have a miss or whatever else. This is a chance you take. Then this could have had. So these are I guess you're. I'm going to ask the question for you, Neal, to the people out there. Is this what you wanted Brad Holmes to do? Bring a name in and give up a draft pick and then have him retire because he can't play? To me, it just tells me when things like this happens, because it happened with Hunter, right? And it happened now with Alexander, and it just so happens with the Eagles, is that they weren't up to our standards, right? Brad Holmes standards to get into the building. Just because they got resumes, they weren't Lions type of guys. Is that how you read it, Neal?
No, it's like, look, I just want to know the why. Like, why is this the second dude that's come in here to Philadelphia and said, yeah, I'm thinking about retiring? Why is A.J. Brown on his friend's Twitch stream or wherever it was he was, and he's out there complaining? And Spenny put the question in there, and I guess I needed some more clarification on it. You know, Spenny on the show sheet said, you know, how worried are you about this matchup with the Eagles? And I guess my question to you guys, if you can kind of bring me up to speed, is that what kind of vibe are the fans giving off? Are we like worried about this game or something like that? What's the vibe like?
Sounds like a chat poll.
And I think also too, right, is from what we saw the other night and the respect for their defense. Yeah. Right? Especially their front four, different guys, adding Jalen Phillips. We saw what he did at the end. You know, they're going to be tough. You know, you saw that game. You saw that Monday night game. It was a playoff game. It was, you know, an NFC playoff game too, whatever. So I think that it's like respectfully going up against the defense. But I think like everybody else is maybe the question marks is what's going on with their offense and the communication and you can tell that it's coming out that there's some strife there. Now, this is a championship pedigree team, a team that has crossed the line and gotten there, but we're hearing way too much or seeing way too much noise out of there that something's got to be wrong. Something's got to be really wrong. And, I mean, is these guys retiring? Is this like a little showing you chink in the armor? But there's some unhappiness there. And that's what happened. Like, the ball's got to go around to a lot of guys. So I think offensively we like the matchup better than we have in the past, so to speak.
Yeah, Neal, I would say overall fan sentiment from what I've seen, we still riding the high off Dan Campbell calling the plays. Like,
facts.
There hasn't been a lot of talk about the Eagles, but what I've seen is most fans are pretty confident, I would say. And you got a really good chance. I mean, the Eagles aren't unbeatable, but they are a dangerous team if you come in here and take them lightly. But I think most fans are confident, especially when you look at the Lions situation. They're starting to get healthier now and riding that big dub coming off of Washington. Yes, I know it was the Commanders, but a lot of people, I was told that you couldn't learn nothing from that game, but it seems like a lot of people learned a lot of stuff about the Lions last week. So.
Oh, you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot. On the Twitch stream, Johnny1187 says, going back to the Michigan discussion, it was always going to be a wash with Juwan. That's not what I was told, Johnny. I was told he was a Michigan man and was going to save the program. I guess I got
We got another super chat in there from Mike Willette. He says, Neal, on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you rate the hotel cuck chair?
There is not one in this hotel.
Oh.
In this hotel room. There is not one. Which I found was
odd.
odd.
Right?
Yeah.
Too good
Shout
for the
out.
cuck chair. Yeah.
The Ritz-Carlton, huh? All right.
Shout out to the Intercontinental. Yeah, absolutely. But no, on a side note, I was talking with my buddy about that. What if there was an Instagram account that reviewed cuck chairs?
Oh, there's got to be one.
There's got to be one somewhere. There has to be. And if there's not, Spenny, you need to start one. Woodward Sports chat poll on the YouTube channel. Are you worried about the Eagles? 74% of the people say no. Chuck Brewer, in hindsight, Howard equals Brady Hoke. They are very similar, I guess, when you look at it. Combinator, I'm excited to play the Eagles. We haven't got the matchup since the Lions have got great. Would love nothing more than to stick it to the Philly fans. Mike O, never stop for gas in a Philly hood unless you're getting belted by beer bottles. You know what? Real quick, and D-Mac, I'm curious to get your take on it from the times that you went in there. But, it's funny to me, they have the most trash fans in the world, dude. The Philadelphia Eagles. If you look at – and you hear – no, dude, you heard Dan Campbell talk about this on his interview with the Flagship, throwing batteries, dumping out spit containers on players and stuff like that. They are Eagles fans, Philadelphia fans. They pretty much got to be the worst fans in all of sports, right? I mean, they have to. And D-Mac, I'll defer to you. I'm just going by what Dan Campbell, dumping your spit container out on players, throwing batteries at players.
I think what you could say is that they are probably top of the list in classless, right? They don't have any class. So, I mean, it's how you carry yourself, but it's sort of expected. And I think that, this Lions team and Dan Campbell, you hear him talk about, is going to prepare these guys for what type of game it's going to be. And the fans are a big part of that game. But the best part about the Philly fans is they'll turn on their own. Right, they'll turn on. So that's the best part. That's what you're preaching. You're going. You have an opportunity. You got to weather the storm. They're going to throw stuff at you. You're going to hate you. But you come out there and get their team down by 14 or whatever. They'll turn on that team. And you look at it now, where it seems is that team turning on itself in the locker room? Is there more strife? I mean, so I guess. If that's the case for their team, that's the worst fan base to have, because they're going to get in those nooks and crannies and alleviate that. So we just have to do that, come out quick. But the bottom line, if you want to have the number one seed, you want to win the NFC North or the whole NFC again, you got to go through Philly. You got to beat this team. This is a team that has a crown. A measuring stick. For us back in the day, this is going into Colorado, going into Dallas. This is a team that you're probably going to face for the NFC Championship. In your mind, one of them.
Yeah.
So, and I think how you can, Neal, this is a unique situation because can we agree that all's not peachy keen in Philadelphia as far as the Eagles go, right?
Yeah.
You can help sort of the downfall of that if you go out. I look back for us. Right, in 2002, what we did to Colorado in Game 7, 7-0, and Patrick Roy retires. Nobody's going to well, I don't know if anybody's going to retire because they've got two guys that retired this year.
Yeah, right.
So maybe this game will retire somebody. But not what I'm saying is that you can alleviate the issues that they have going on in their locker room, and especially if you come out and especially early, because that's what you love about those fan bases that are, they're diehard, but there's lack of class and stuff like this, but they'll eat their own.
Yeah,
they're like piranha, bro.
They're a passionate bunch.
No, they are, but
they are.
aren't they ready? Like, good thing they beat Green Bay the other day, or coming home or whatever.
Yeah,
it would be. We
yeah.
score first, they're gonna go. But don't you feel like that's the game where you can put the pressure on them and get a couple scores up on them in the first half? In their building, it's going to make it a lot harder. That's the vibe that I get.
Yeah, no, you absolutely right. And to D-Mac's point, Philly's been in dysfunction for at least the last 2 to 3 seasons. But the mark of a good team is being able to handle your dysfunction and still go out there and get to the business. And that's what they've been able to do, which is why they are still a dangerous team. Clearly, all is not right in Philly, and it hasn't been for a while.
Kenny, you bring up such a great point, because didn't we, the Super Bowl year, we counted them out?
Yeah, because they fired the coordinator.
Dysfunction like this halfway through the season, they figured it out. So, I mean, you don't fear anybody more than a wounded opponent, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's
no.
You can't give them nothing. You can't give them anything.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up, D-Mac. I do and this year it's different, right? Like, that's why it was kind of stunning, their Super Bowl win last year, because you remember the year before, they were broken. Mm-hmm. And they collapsed. Weren't they like 10-1, and they kind of collapsed, and then Tampa beat them in the playoffs, and then it just sent them on their way. It's funny because they give me like JUCO, like a JUCO basketball team.
That's a good comparison.
College yeah, like as long as everything is going good, then it's going good. But the second there's like an issue, they do kind of turn on each other. And like you said, D-Mac, like the fans will turn on each other. And it's an interesting dynamic, because I wonder how much more of that they can take. Like, dudes are it does at the very least, guys, doesn't it feel that way? Doesn't it feel like there's something wrong in Philadelphia? And I know they won the Super Bowl and everything like that, but it just doesn't feel right, does it?
No, it doesn't, Neal. And here's the thing too: what they're going, and you see this, and this is what you fight against after you've won, right? There's a lot of, you can't tell me I got it done, I got a ring, right? You watch that where there's some of that are they listening as much as they did before? But now they're champions and they got their rings. So sometimes in that locker room, secret meetings, egos, like it said in the chat, somebody put that in, like that's the truth. We see that. And usually great teams, we don't see it come out from behind the door, right? It goes on in every locker room, trust me.
Yeah.
But you don't hear about the great ones because it stays in the locker room. Well, this has some, this is oozing out. Sort of like the streets of Philly. Here come the rats, baby. They're all leaking out. That's what I heard my friend Neal Ruhl say.
I'd say we go to break real quick, come back, clean up those super chats, and then keep rolling with the Lions. So Neal, why don't you tell us about Planet Fitness?
Yeah, it's been a great plan. I second that plan. That's what we're going to do. Like, it's a great plan to go to Planet Fitness. There's one just a couple miles from here. Now, I'll admit, I'm not going to go to the Planet Fitness here in Houston, because I'm going to run outside today because it's 83 degrees or 82 degrees or whatever. You can't hate on me for that. Sorry, Planet Fitness. But usually, no matter where I go, what city I am, there's always a Planet Fitness close by. There's over 50 in Metro Detroit alone, and you get access to them all if you're a Black Card member. It's just $24.99 a month. Guys, the holidays are, you know the arc of this, right? The holidays are rolling up soon. You're going to be eating a ton of food and all that kind of stuff. You're going to talk about how one day you're going to get in shape. Make one day 2 days. Go to Planet Fitness, go to planetfitness.com, get that Black Card membership like we talked about, and you are in there for less than $1 a day, everybody. Like, come on. It's one of the better deals in American consumerism, and Planet Fitness can help you. They have trainers there. They have everything you need to work on, anything that you want to get done. Guys, I'm telling you, I've been a member there almost 4 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. That's just a fact. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Looking for the ultimate pickleball experience? Check out Wicked Pickle with 10 climate-controlled courts and a chill lounge with cold drinks. It's Metro Detroit's hottest indoor pickleball spot. And mark your calendars for the Woodward Sports Pickleball Open on Friday, January 9th. Come watch your favorite Woodward Sports personalities go head-to-head against each other and pickleball pros. And don't miss the Woodward Heavyweights broadcasting live from Wicked Pickle from 5 to 7 p.m. Want in on the action? Register today at pickleballtournaments.com for a chance to compete and maybe even take down your favorite Woodward Sports personality. Shout out to Wicked Pickle in Westland. Make sure you guys check it out today.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
Throw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Attention sports fans, don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Catch Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on the Big D Energy Show. That's right here on Thursdays on the Braylon Energy Show with Shep, where he shares top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. Trust the guy that I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups, Dr. Jeff Pierce. He's here to help you stay in the game and perform at your best. Learn more at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. I'm in Houston, D-Max at the studios in Birmingham. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We're backed up, everybody. So good to be there. Still got it up there on Twitch as well. Jump into there. And let me see here. Chris Moore in the Twitch chat. Neal, I was told by you and KG that the Luka AD trade was good value for an out-of-shape born loser who wasn't committed to the game. AD goes to Dallas and now is an out-of-shape loser. You don't lose your job for making good trades. Chris, I told you guys the story. Like I told you guys the story from people that I know and people that I trust. It wasn't going to work there with Luka and Dallas. It just wasn't. So, you know, don't be mad at me. Like, be mad at Luka. Like, why wasn't he a pro about it? If we're getting down to it, all right. So there's that. Get into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Let's clean up some of these super chats. Wingnut84, love you, D-Mac, the embodiment of Detroit heart and grit. Michael Weary 994, if our O-line plays well, we'll win easy. I'm just saying. Aura Fitness. Can't wait to wear my cousin's Lions jersey, Herman Moore jersey, after a Lions win, walk around my hood in Philly. Daughter and wife finna lose it as Philadelphia fans.
Shout out Herman. That's my guy.
Shout out.
Absolutely. Nitty Gritty in the super chat. Lions come away with the dub in Philadelphia, 31-17. All right. One quick thing on Philadelphia. All right. And I told some of you know this, some of you don't. All right. Here's the deal. Detroit takes a lot of flack, right? Like people get into the old Detroit stories and stuff like that about the way Detroit used to be. And no one ever says anything about Philadelphia. Guys, downtown Philadelphia is trash. It's straight trash. I've been there before, guys. The Liberty Bell, right? The Liberty Bell, one of the iconic monuments in American history, is in this park down there. And in this same park, it's overrun by rats that run through the garbage cans. I saw it. I got photos of it. I've seen it in the past. Overrun by rats. So like you go get one of these overrated Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. And by the way, I'd take a Tubby steak and cheese over a Philly steak and cheese any day. Any day. But hey, put that aside. Put that aside. You sit down there, you eat your sandwich. These rats are running everywhere. It's trash. Downtown Philadelphia ain't no comparison to downtown Detroit. And I say ain't for effect, everybody. And I'll stand on that. And Philadelphia people, if you're in here and you're watching this right now, you know I'm right. I don't know why Philadelphia gets this free pass as a city, but they do. But don't ever talk about Detroit if you're not going to sit there and call out Philadelphia too, because it's worse, everybody. I stand on that. I'll walk. And look, if anyone has a problem with that, dude, I'll gladly meet you there, and we can walk through Philadelphia. And then we can come back here and walk through Detroit. And then you tell me it's not close. It's not close.
And Meek Mill got diddied.
Hey, we're not putting that out there on Meek, bro. Chill on Meek, man.
Sorry,
the later comments reflect those.
Save that for the weekend.
All right, that's fair.
You empty the chamber.
There will be no Meek slander.
Listen,
on
I
this
was
program.
a big Meek fan. Dream Chasers 1 and 2 and Dreams and Nightmares are all classics.
Classics. We're not doing that spin.
That's fair.
KG, I feel that this part is
I'm gonna give you a 10-yard holding.
Yeah,
You're just gonna move it back. You know, it's nothing. Just
replay the down.
yeah, there you go. Replay the down.
KG, I think this is important. The views and opinions expressed by Spencer Raxter on Meek Mill only reflect the views and opinions of Spencer Raxter.
I mean, it's not an opinion. There's video evidence. Well,
that wasn't. Come on, bro. We need more than that to confirm it.
That was shocking.
We need more than that.
You want to hear shocking audio? That was the craziest shit I heard in my entire life.
All right.
Steve-O Baby. Neal, Philadelphia
Allegedly,
is
on
the home of
GTA.
Rocky Balboa. Neal, Philadelphia is the home of Rocky Balboa, LOL. Yeah, RoboCop ain't from there. RoboCop's from Detroit, all right?
If you're keeping
Nick Williams. Go ahead, D-Mac.
No, I was just saying, if you're keeping it real, right now, the way Detroit's an 8, and Philly's a 2.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
just facts. And any Philly, you don't even compare, right? Detroit's turned into one of the best cities in the country. Right?
And D-Mac, if you back it up.
So, it's like, okay, if we're talking about, when the riots were here, 60 years ago and stuff like that, yeah, you're right. But that ain't this. You haven't been here.
And D-Mac, if you go to games there, if you go to games in Philly, they have their stadiums, in a bunch there, and it's surrounded by parking lots. Here, when you go down to a game, you got the different bars and the different restaurants. There's a vibe to it. There's actually places you can go, not a parking lot. And there's also, too, there's not a jail in the stadium. All right? So there is no comparison between the city of Detroit and the city of Philadelphia. I'll stand on that, dude. For real. Square up. Square up. It's not even close, guys. Not even close. It's Nick Williams in the chat. Neal is spitting straight facts. I'm passionate about this one, man. Detroit Lionheart. Philadelphia is the home of Joe Frazier, and they made a statue of Rocky. Thank you.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, somebody in here said it. We do have a city full of real boxing legends, not a fictional one. However, the Rocky series is very near and dear to my heart. So, lighten up on Rocky a little bit. Embiid, we can talk about Joel Embiid.
It ain't Rocky's fault. You can claim that the movie came from there and the greatest boxing, but show respect for the guys that have been there.
Yeah, no,
that did it for real. You're talking about smoking Joe Frazier. Come on,
this is a real fight city for sure.
Yes. Aaron to the Stone, Neal, real talk. Would you say that it's worse? What's worse than Philly, the fans or the rats that walk and flood the streets? It's close. It's close. Or a fitness. Hate. They're hitting me with the Silky Johnson, KG.
I got you. That's all this is right now. We just let you get your shit off.
No, it's not. KG, man. I've been there. Hate. No, KG, I've been there.
I hear
and the reason that people if you're from Philly and you're mad about that, it's only because you know it's right. That's it. The cities aren't close, man. They're not. Sorry.
I would agree, but this is still classified as hate.
Oh, it's for sure.
Spenny, is it hate if it's correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's definitely still hate.
Can we chat poll that?
Okay. Oh, God.
Is Neal hating on Philadelphia or is he right? Neal on Philadelphia. Hate? Correct. Which one?
No, this is hate because we are probably going to clip this segment and it's going to be put on the internet and other people will classify you as a hater. That's how we know. It's going to get a ton of engagement. That's how we know you hate.
What are you talking about? It's factual, dude. Don't be mad at me because it's right.
Two things can be true.
No, it can't. Not in this case, it can't be. All right. Pete Smith in the super chat. They booed Randall Cunningham, their best quarterback ever. That is true. Edward Krunsky. I'm a Clubber Lang fan myself. Absolutely. Shout out. Dude,
Yeah,
Clubber Lang's one of the best bad guys of all time.
Oh, for sure.
I pity the fool that thinks otherwise.
All right, I want to get into the matchup. Can we take the break? Because I do want to get into this.
Yeah, for sure. Let me tell you about Les Stanford. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. They've got deals for everybody, and we mean everybody. Listen, they've got a car that will fit your budget, whether you want one of the new EVs, whether you want one of the classic Chevrolet products. They have it for you. Go to lesstanford.com to find one near you today. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, lesstanford.com.
University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards, alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Neal, how about outkicking your coverage?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're back up, everybody. It is the Outkick Your Coverage contest. We're giving away tickets to Detroit against New York. All you have to do, guys, very simple. Post a picture of you and your better-looking partner on X or Instagram with the hashtag Woodward Outkick. Follow us and tag Woodward Sports, and you are in there. Guys, you've got some work to do. There are some ugly people with some good-looking people out there. The ones that are coming flying in, man, are absolutely incredible. All of it brought to you by Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. Go see them, by the way. If you have an ugly furnace, go upgrade your furnace with Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. But again, it's Woodward Sports. Outkick your coverage. It is back, and again, right there, the instructions on the screen, and you can win tickets. Detroit against New York, everybody. So get in there and get your tickets.
And what about Sun Cruiser?
You guys know about Sun Cruiser. Absolutely. 4.5%, just 100 calories, not a ton of sugar. Proud partner with the Detroit Lions. And if you've watched this network at all, you know that Sun Cruiser has become the official drink of Woodward Sports. Let's just get it real. I got them on standby at the house. Spencer does. And we're doing it because they're good, everybody. They got the iced tea, they got the iced tea lemonade, they got the pink lemonade, the regular lemonade, all of it. But the key is, as I said, there's not a ton of sugar in these things. So you can drink them, no bubbles, no carbonation. These things are incredible, everybody. It's in the rotation, even through the winter, back into the summer. Sun Cruiser, proud partner of the Detroit Lions. All right, everybody, we are back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter. I'm in Houston, D-Max there in Birmingham. Golden Grizzlies, the number one Houston Cougars, back-to-back number one opponents for Oakland. But D-Mac, I wanted to get into this game. And when we did the talk about the schedule in the offseason and how big and scary the schedule was and what was your favorite game, for me, D-Mac, it was always this game. And look, you don't get anything for winning it other than a win. But I go back to what you were talking about, about 20 minutes ago. You really piqued my interest with the way you were talking about it, D-Mac, when you said it's extra. for you, like it is extra. As a player, DMAC, bring us inside that. This isn't just another game. And this isn't it's another game in that, like I just said, if you get it, all you get is a win. It doesn't really do anything for you other than what a win does. It doesn't help you in the playoffs. If you have to see them again down the road, it doesn't matter at all. But DMAC, there's a little extra in there, isn't it, for these guys?
Well, in this situation, right? Because Philadelphia's got what you want, and they've reached that mountaintop. And so there's certain games on the schedule, like Kansas City was one of them too, right? The only thing is you don't have to go through Kansas City, or you're not fighting Kansas City like you're fighting the Eagles for seeding and positioning, and probably going to have to play them as you're thinking preseason in the NFC Championship, right? They're probably the best team. They're the king of the mountains, and you got to knock those guys off. It's a great testament of where you're at and where you want to be. So your focus is always when we go through the fans and media and stuff goes through the line and go, I think they're going to be 12-5 or 11-6 or whatever like this. When you're a player, you go and you circle certain games on the calendar. The other game that was circled on the calendar was a Baltimore game. Right? All these teams that you test each other against, and with the way the schedule is this year, you have more testing games. There's one against Buffalo later in the year because, when you're playing the AFC matchups, it's like who could you play in the Super Bowl? So this is a big test. Philadelphia's got the chip. All this stuff that we're hearing and around or whatever, I'm sure that you notice that, and it goes into not your game plan, but your focus. So hopefully that Philadelphia's focused on other things other than stopping our guys, and we can focus in on what we need to do to win this game, because this is this is one of those games that you test yourself with to see where your team is at, and the confidence that it can give you because you've beat the defending Super Bowl champions in the NFC, and what it does, right? Because you're first in your division, so you win out, you win, right? Pretty much. So these are the guys that you got to beat. These are the guys that's always been tested against, and I think we're going to see like the best Lions game and what they built off last game on the road. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a playoff game. I'm real excited. This is one of the few games of this year that you're like, let's go.
And that's the vibe that I'm getting, DMAC, from you listen to Dan Campbell talk when he did his interview with the Flagship. Doesn't it feel like there's a little more? To me, this isn't just a regular NFL game, DMAC. It's extra.
No, but it should be extra, right? Two of the best teams in the NFC that you think that this is a preview for the NFC Championship, which is the same thing when we watch, KC and Buffalo, or the big teams on the AFC side. So you're in it right now, but you got stuff to prove, and you have things to improve on, and stuff. So it's also too, I think, Dan, listening to what Dan Campbell said too, to guys who haven't been there before. It's a great preview to the pressure that will come down the road when you're in the playoffs vying for the Super Bowl. So I mean, there's so many things, but he'll have these guys ready to play. What I loved about the other day too, where how he had them ready to play, how many penalties did we take? Right? What was the discipline? So this is going to be way more emotional game, right? They got a lot of chirpers on that side. Our guys won't back down, but who can remain more disciplined, right? You look at the efficiency of Washington on third downs because we weren't giving them first downs. So discipline is playing between the whistles will be a huge part. And in saying that, give Philadelphia reason to implode if they're already going there. So who would you – we're a betting nation. Who would you bet to get emotional or overly emotional first? Would it be Philly at home with what they're going through, or would it be our guys, which Dan Campbell's preaching all week, discipline in that area? I like our spot.
I think it depends on which guy it is, right? Like this is a game for like a Brian Branch, where you gotta keep it together emotionally. You do 100%. Like you can't crash out, man. You can't. And like, look, Spenny, I'm gonna try to help you out again, my friend, because you're my friend and I care about you. So okay. I'm gonna do my best. And I know it's not gonna matter. but I can put my head on the pillow knowing that I did everything I could do to help my friend.
Bullshit
So here's
ain't
the
coming.
other thing. Yep. So here's my thing. Like, look,
I've heard that line
when they
before.
do their little tush push, they false start. You see it every week. It happens every single week, and no one cares, and they're not going to call it. So, like, I know as a fan base, we're going to lose our ish over it, but it's going to happen. And, like, you're going to see that happen maybe even a couple of different ways during that game. We know this, right? Did we as a fan base, Spencer, did we as a fan base learn our lesson from that Chiefs game?
No.
Okay. That's all I can do, Spenny. I tried to help you, man. I did.
You know what I love?
I'm a good friend, right?
You are.
Good try, Neal. Do you know what I loved hearing from Dan Campbell about the tush push, where we're not going to worry about it? We got other things to worry about, obviously, getting to there. Do you know why it's tough to practice? And I didn't realize this, because you can't do it full speed.
Yeah.
Right? You can't do it
Correct.
full speed. You're going to injure
You'll hurt
guys.
your players, yeah.
So, you know what? It is what it is. You know what you're up against. So don't have the lead so it doesn't matter. They're going to go for it. But, Neal, like you said, it's going to happen in the middle of the field on a 3rd and 1 or something like that. We'll just have to deal with it.
And DMAC, that's it. Like, you're just going to have to deal with it. And I know that we're going to crash out about it, but they can't, because that's the way that it works.
I don't think
DMAC,
we're going to crash out more than they will.
Okay, that's all I want to hear. Art Vandalite in the chat on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. We're back up, baby. Art Vandalite says, Philly's such a trash city. The Wings went 4-0 in 97 because they didn't want to go back. Can you confirm that, DMAC? That you scored that goal because you did, in fact, didn't want to go back to Philadelphia?
100%. 100%. And obviously, Hextall didn't want to go back either. So little shout
Absolutely.
out. There's my chirp.
Yeah, and then he didn't want to go back to Pittsburgh after he was the GM there either, because he burnt it to the ground. But anyway, I digress. Woodward Sports Chat thread, get into there and get your thoughts out there. Danny G, yes, and Jared Goff doesn't squat 500 pounds or whatever Jalen Hurts can squat. Yeah, that is true. That is true. James, let's not forget about our new offensive coordinator. Going back to the dysfunction thing, DMAC. You played on good teams. We've talked about locker room vibes before, and I guess you didn't really see the bad side of it too much. But is the dysfunction, like, look, DMAC, I'll ask you this: if you're a good team, is there still a certain level of dysfunction in a locker room, but no one notices it because you win, or no?
How about this, Neal? We all have families, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there dysfunction in your family at some level, right? To whatever? Absolutely. We all deal with it, and to some degree. Some's worse than others. You just figure it out.
Right.
Right? I mean, we're coming up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to have a story. Usually the uncle gets blamed or the cousin or whatever, but there's always something in the family that you have to steer of the dysfunction. So to your point, you want your dysfunction in your sports team to be like in your family, that people think you got a great family and there's no problem, and you and your wife don't fight, and you got the perfect kids or whatever like that. But it's, the kids fight, brothers are brothers and
Keep
sisters.
it in-house.
Keep it in-house, bro. That's what the best ones do. The biggest thing, right? There's stuff like this that goes on in Lions, but it's just guys getting on board, bringing guys on board. It's a way. The Red Wing culture, there's a certain way that you have to act, and it's led by the veteran guys. But the fact is that you don't leak the stuff out.
No.
Stuff doesn't get leaked out. But what do you hear? In more dysfunctional, as we call them, families, then the news is on the street.
Right.
Right? Or people know about what's going on. So it's the same thing. I use that analogy, same thing for sports teams.
Yeah. And
right?
you have a great family. You take all the pictures in the world, all the strangers. Oh, your family is so nice. And know what the hell is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
but
dude.
What makes the Eagles dangerous is that it doesn't spill out onto the field because the media gets a hold of it. Philly media is relentless. We know that. They all know about what the fuck's going on in that locker room. But to this point, it hasn't really spilled out on the field. And that's why you gotta show them respect because they're able to strap their nuts, handle their business, and then we'll worry about all the other stuff later.
That goes to pedigree. And if you want to because they got NFL players in there.
Exactly.
Right? So but it's a different question. You got to figure out, there's a lot of egos and you got to figure out how everybody buys in. With our guys, it's easier because the number one thing is like work ethic and the hard work. And the Lions remind me more of our Red Wing teams because our best players were our hardest workers and they led by example. So it was easy for all the rest of the guys or the young guys coming in. I don't know if that's the case in Philly. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But, and sometimes the media can be the worst enemy for the team because they're digging and digging and digging. You know, you think they'd be happy with the way that they've sort of bounced back and put wins together, but no, they want the dirt more than anything. So you just got to use all this stuff to your advantage. You know, if you see them,
Art Vandelay in the
right. If you think
Art Vandelay in the Woodward Sports Chat.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Art Vandelay in the Woodward Sports Chat. There's dysfunction with my mother-in-law. She's a certified whack job. So there's that out there, D-Mac. What were you saying?
There you go. You got a quarterback too. I mean, I don't know.
You
Wide receiver, you got to. Your mom's AJ Brown. I don't know what.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, she runs a hell of an
AJ
out.
Brown, the mother-in-law, the Eagles.
That's what I'm saying.
No, she is, or he is.
Yeah.
There's a super chat in there from Wingnut84. He says, this week the O-line needs to play near perfect.
I would agree.
I just think they got to try to keep Goff clean, right? Like, no matter what that is, we see how it. I mean, it's, and how they're gonna get there. This is one of the best defensive lines in the league, or whatever. They're probably gonna get there, but it's how they get there.
Well, I mean, they pass rush in terms of the numbers ain't been the best. They did a great job against the Packers last week, but you cannot let that happen in this game. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but you got to thank God you got Jared Goff, not Jordan Love.
Yeah, true.
And real quick before we go to break, we got another super chat in there from Dante151. He says, KG, it's Rocky's fault that Apollo Creed died to the Russian in Rocky IV. So screw Rocky and those movies. Neal, thoughts on America's QB Jameis playing?
It was.
You know my thoughts.
Hey, hold on.
Damn right.
Hold on. It was Apollo's fault.
It was Apollo's fault all the way.
It was his ego
all the
that
way.
Killed him. There you go.
'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Out here dancing and all that American
That's a fair.
flag
That's
shit.
a fair take, D-Mac. That's a fair take. No, I'm excited. If we need Jameis Winston back, we do. And look, I like Jackson Dart. I think he has the ability to be a very good quarterback in this league. He's got to adjust his game a little bit. But with that being said, anytime I can get a chance to see Jameis Winston play, I want to see it. And even if that means at Ford Field, I do. I want to see it because I love the Jameis Winston experience, just like America loves the Jameis Winston experience.
And America also loves BlackRock. Make sure you check out BlackRock, dude. It's delicious. They've got $19.99 steak and lobster tail. Go to blackrockrestaurants.com to find one near you today. Whether it's Braylon's meat that you want to order, a 22-ounce New York strip, or you can get some of their amazing appetizers like their cheesy pull-apart jalapeno bread. blackrockrestaurants.com. Go find one near you today and tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again.
Neal, what about
ThenFights.com.
Jack's Car Wash?
Let's talk about Jack's Car Wash. As a matter of fact, you can get a free Jack's Car Wash right now. Just take out your phone, text WSN to 888-522-1729, and then poof, you get a free car wash right there on your phone. There's over 40 Jack's locations that you can get said free car wash at. They all have the free vacuums, the free compressed air, and every Jack's Car Wash ends with a signature hand towel drying service. Got a question for you. Do you wash your car twice a month? A lot of you probably do. You need to go to jackscarwash.com, look at a subscription package. For just about the cost of a couple washes per month, you can go get your car washed as many times as you need to in a month. And don't forget, we're coming up on salt season, everybody. Keep that car clean. Don't let that salt eat away at your car. And again, you can wash your car as many times as you want with the Jack's Car Wash subscription. Go to jackscarwash.com. All right, pulling up hour number 2 of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl here in Houston for college basketball broadcast tonight. D-Mac back in the studios in Birmingham. KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, good to have you back on the YouTube channel. If you're jumping in on Twitch, feel free to do that too. Chris Moore, LMAO, going back to the Luka stuff. I'm mad at you because you told us a 25-year-old global superstar who carried you to the finals 7 months prior for a 32-year-old washed injury-prone AD was a good move. It wasn't going to work. It worked 7 months before the trade. Yeah, Chris, it's almost like something changed, right?
Yeah. Kind of like his performance in the finals. How about that?
Well, and it wasn't even that, too. I mean, yes, it's that to a degree, but like it's almost like something changed other than that off the floor, Chris, that I've been trying to tell you about, right? Isn't it kind of like that a little bit, Chris? I mean, why else would they make such a move? I don't know. Weird, huh? It's almost like it's not about the basketball, Chris. Huh? But D-Mac, that never happens, right? D-Mac, you've never seen a guy traded because of non-hockey reasons, right? That never happened once.
Never. Come on.
Absolutely.
I've seen more
Sports
trades
Super
because
Chat.
of non-hockey reasons.
See, there you go. Woodward Sports Super Chat, sideless. I'm glad we got America's QB in the second game and not the first game after his return. Now he can drop 5 touchdowns on Green Bay and then drop the 5 interceptions on the Lions. Sideless, you know the Jameis Winston arc. You know how it's going to go down. It's exciting, isn't it? Because that first game when Jameis comes in, it's 420 and 5 touchdowns, and they win a game they should never win. And then that very next game, it's 17 for 41 for 198 yards and 4 interceptions and a fumble lost. That's the way it always works, man. So, again, excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. People have been talking in the chat, D-Mac, about the Lions' offensive line and how this is the matchup to watch. And we've been conditioned, and I've been talking about this a lot over the last couple weeks. We've been conditioned to think that this Eagles team is the greatest defensive line ever in terms of sacking the quarterback. And it's just not that case. KG alluded to it earlier. They are a little less than middle of the road in terms of sacking the quarterback. Like, I know we're all terrified of it and things, but D-Mac, I'll say this. Here's why I want the Lions offensive line, especially the interior of the offensive line, to play well. And it's got nothing to do actually with winning the game. For me, I want to see them play well so they get that narrative put to bed. And they have a good opportunity because if they do play well in this game and they keep Jared Goff relatively clean, people are going to freak out and lose their minds and say, this is what I was talking about. When in reality, the numbers say that the Eagles aren't that great in terms of getting to the quarterback. They're just not. That's what the numbers say. But D-Mac, with that being said, this is a big opportunity for that interior offensive line. And I wonder how far it'll go for their confidence, because do players buy into that sometimes, I guess, is the question, where we're all talking about it. Despite what the numbers say, the Eagles get celebrated as one of the greatest pass rushes of all time, even this season, even though they're not. Do players buy into a narrative like that from time to time?
No, I think with the Eagles, it's the pressure or the run game. So what players buy into is like what we're talking about, and Dan Campbell has said, is reestablishing the run game and to be an asset. And I think that's the – I'm not so worried about them getting to Goff. It's just being the big guys up front. Can we block down, and can we be consistent and continue to build on what we started again, more so developing the play action. It's all about the play action with Jared Goff, and you got to establish the run game. So if our guys can – push the pile a little bit and establish that, then you're off and running, right? But it's just, I think it's with the pedigree and the guys that they have is stopping that. So when you ask me, do guys read into that? We want to be consistent, right? So it's just consistent play. You're worrying about doing your job and what it means. But if you can put tape and keep putting tape, you heard Jahmyr Gibbs the other day, like the Minnesota game was the worst tape that they ever did, and they don't want to put tape out like that ever again. So you take pride in what you're building. And I think that with how they've done it, they haven't done it with all the homegrown names, right? They pieced and patched. We saw Skipper in there. We saw Cologne in there. You look at the way the Coyotes played, right? So strengthen numbers, and that's what they got to continue to do. So they establish the play action, and you know, they keep Goff upright. You're going to win this game. You're going to win most of those games that you play.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Lionheart. Eagles are 18th in total defense and bottom 10 in total offense, but they keep winning games somehow. And Lionheart,
I agree.
That's the other, kind of secret about this Eagles team. They are kind of doing it with smoke and mirrors by the numbers. And look, I know they get a free pass because they won the Super Bowl last year, and that's the way it works. But with that being said, there has to be some regression to the mean at some point. There has to be. Either their numbers, either they have to go on a run and pump these numbers up, or there's going to be regression to the mean, because you are what you are in this league. And in the end, as KG likes to say, it was always going to be a wash. You're going to end up being representative of what your numbers are. Also in the chat, somebody said, don't the Lions have more sacks than the Eagles? Yes, they do. Almost double.
Yeah.
And that's with the sacks coming off of 3 of Jordan Love. And I keep seeing this in the chat, by the way. They held the Packers to 7 points, man. Dude, everybody holds the Packers down. Literally everybody.
Shout out the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers did it. The Browns did it. That Lions game that we thought was such a blowout. When you get into the numbers of that, their offense was very, very mid. It just was.
No, damn near all of the Packers' losses have come to teams they've held under 20 points, that's astounding to me. It's nuts.
Here's what the Philly stats tell you, right? And you're right as far as they get a pack, but they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable. That's what the stats tell you, is they're vulnerable defensively and their offense isn't clicking, do whatever, but they're a good team because they figure out how to win games. So you got to go and make those numbers, them feel those numbers, right? You can't make them the team and give them a chance and keep them in the game and stuff like this. You got to utilize and show everybody, yeah, they are this bad defensively, or their offense isn't clicking this much. You got to hammer them down. So that's their vulnerability right now. That's like they're vulnerable. They're not the Phillies, the big bad Phillies that we feared. They have some holes in them, and their holes, is some sort of self-implosion. So how do you feed on that? How do you make that fire in them? You know what I'm saying? To implode. It's discipline, and it's going in and playing that hard-nosed hard-nosed game and not giving them anything. If we don't give them anything, turnovers, first down penalties, pre-snap penalties, stuff. If we don't give them anything, we're going to win this game. But you got to play. You have to. You have to play that way because you're playing in that environment. I'm not worried about the environment. I think our guys will thrive on the environment. I think they like that stuff. It's just between the lines, it's keeping it disciplined. And I think they've done a better job. But this is a great, like you said earlier, Neal, for a guy like Brian Branch, who they're going to try to get him off his game, right? They're gonna key in on that. So how does he and the rest of his team keep him away from that? Because that'll be interesting.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Moneyline Rips, Packers offense is dog water. We gotta have the Jordan Love talk again. I feel like Michael Weary in the super chat. What's the deal? I heard St. Brown is suspended. I have not heard that, Michael.
He's not.
For what?
Yeah, Adam Schefter hasn't tweeted about that, so I have not heard that. But anyway, where else were we? Woodward Sports chat there. Randall Smalls. Philadelphia doesn't beat themselves, and that is true. Like guys, I don't get it twisted. Like I'm not sitting here saying that Philadelphia is not good. I'm just saying that there is tangible evidence that you can point to that suggests to me that they are outperforming their metrics. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth is, when you drill down to the truth, that they're not quite a 7-2 football team, but they are, and that's the way the NFL works. So don't get it wrong. Like I'm not saying they're not 7-2. Obviously they are. But there are signs, man. There's just, and I get that feeling. I can't wait for this game, guys.
No, it's gonna be great.
KG, it is, man. I'm so hyped for this game, and I'm hyped for another thing that Spendy's got to talk about. We got a top five, because it is top five Wednesday. You guys want to do the top five when we come back, and then get into this other Eagles Lions stuff?
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. You know what sounds good to me?
Sharon's.
If you're having some furnace issues, to get linked up with Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. And oh, by the way, Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, if you're a DTE gas customer, which a lot of you are, why would you not get a free furnace inspection? Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call. The number's on the screen there. Scan the QR code. All of it. You could schedule your appointments online. They can give you free. This is big too, guys, because that furnace is going to go out at an inopportune time. They can get you free instant quotes, so you're not like, hey, how much is a new furnace? You'll have somewhat of a rough idea when you get this process started. They have great financing options as well. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to sharonsheating.com. Get set up. They've been in the game for over 40 years, everyone. This isn't your cousin's friend that might come over on Saturday to help you. All right? Get Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
All right, guys, let's talk about something that takes your chill game to championship level, a Gold Crown. You know the slogan, smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through with some of the finest cannabis products in the state, whether it's your Crown Jewel gummies packed with flavor and effects that'll keep you vibing, or their infused jester pre-rolls that hit harder than a Lions linebacker. Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. All rise for the reign of royal highs only with Gold Crown.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. I'm on site down here in Houston, Oakland Golden Grizzlies, Houston Cougars tonight. Number one team in the nation, as a matter of fact. I'll be on the radio call on the Odyssey app if you guys want to check that out at all. Woodward Sports chat thread. Daryl says, what do you mean, Neal? My cousin works at Sharon's. Well, then you're not who I'm talking to then. All right. So that's the one time where it's right. Sound Kayak, what is a furnace? Is that something you need in the north? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just make sure you schedule your appointment on the day that Neal doesn't have 4 Sharon's people out at his house.
Right.
Working on all his furnaces.
So you got to check all of his furnaces.
All of them.
Now, there's only 2. Don't say all of them. There's only 2. All right.
On a third.
For now.
Right. Working on the third.
Yes. All right, you guys ready to rock top 5? Brought to you by Art and Jake's. 6 Art and Jake's locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. Find out which one works for you. The best sports bar in the sports bar game. And guys, we're angling towards Thanksgiving, so we're starting the Thanksgiving list. And really, what's the point of Thanksgiving meal? Dessert. That's the point of it. So we figured that we would step in. Top 5 pies. Spencer.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, why do you say it like that, Neal? All right, my top 5 pies. At number, I worked at Grand Traverse Pie. I was a manager at Grand Traverse Pie in East Lansing for a while. So I'm not really a big pie guy. Like, I like some pies, but it kind of wore on me. I'm more of a savory guy than a sweet guy anyways. So at number 5, I got chicken pot pies. I think they're delicious. They're perfect. You can throw it in the oven. You can make it in a cooking dish if you want. Chicken pot pies are number 5 on my list. And number 4, I've got American Pie. And I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about this place in Warren. No free shout-outs, but they closed, so
I thought you were talking about apple pie.
You talking about the pizza buffet?
It's the pizza buffet.
Yeah, American
pie. We used to go there all the time.
I went to the one in Garden City, man.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Fresh cheese, bread.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
No, they
cheese
was so good.
only. The mac and cheese pizza, the BLT pizza. They had a Big Mac pizza.
Yeah.
American Pie was a staple. We used to hit that.
The Man versus Food dude went there.
Yeah, he went there. We used to hit that after swim meets and just eat like as many pieces as you can. So shout out to American Pie. And number 3, the one technical actual pie on there that I got is pecan pie. That is my favorite personally. My Uncle Dave makes a fantastic pecan pie. So that is my number 1 pie. At number 2, I got pizza pies because I would rather eat a pizza than a slice of pie. Like I said, I'm more of a savory guy than a sweet guy. And at number 1, I have cream pies. And as YouTube, like chocolate cream and coconut cream pie.
Oh, okay. Right.
Those are the type of cream pies that I'm talking about. Nothing dirty. We're talking about the cream pies that people eat. So make sure you check
it out. Cream pies, you a sick man. If you eat the cream pie, you was a sick man.
No, I don't taste your cream pie. You've tasted your cream pie.
It took Spenny all of about 30 hours to try to sink the ship again. Everybody.
No, we're talking about fictitiously speaking
Spenny,
in GTA, and we're talking about food. Nothing from sexual pleasure.
Absolutely.
You leave Spenny alone. Spenny's doing his rehab. He's on probation right now. He's doing just fine. All right.
All right. With that being said,
these are meant to be comedic elements of an artistic show of the top 5 list.
And let's be real, mine ain't no better. So we can just be real about it.
Okay, perfect. Jason, the super chat. We need a Zuper Kerr back this week. No, there is no question about that. Rack in the chat. Haven't you guys done this list before? No, Rack. We did desserts.
We did desserts.
Did desserts. And this one is we're drilling down. And Rack, we've been doing this for what, 3 years now? So there's been about 200 top 5 lists.
Shout out.
So we got to start going into subsections. I will say this.
Since when do you become the YouTube cop?
Yeah, the arbiter.
Right,
come on, Ray.
I'm gonna powerbomb your ass next time I see you.
Back
in your hole.
Rank was the commander of top 5 lists.
I hope you're somewhere cold right now, bro. Real cold, like Minnesota or something like that. Leave us alone. We got enough issues without your help.
I think that too. And speaking of the top 5, Spenny, Thanksgiving week, I think it has to be. I think it has to be Thanksgiving foods again.
Yeah,
because
and we
tastes
gotta
change.
do Halloween candy for Halloween.
Right.
You gotta do Christmas presents.
Gotta
for
play the
Christmas.
hit.
Yeah, you got to play the hits.
Yep.
Absolutely got to play the hits. Mike G, Neal, you don't have to face Akeem Olajuwon tonight. Oakland should be fine. Clyde Drexler won't be. They had Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler on the same team in college. Think about that for a minute. KG, your top 5 pies.
Hey, do you like pie? In my rock voice. At number 5, American Pie, and I am talking about the movie. That movie is a staple of my childhood, and I'm sure a lot of yours as well. 1 and 2 being the best. The rest of them we kind of don't acknowledge, but it is what it is. At number 4, for my brothers out there, the bean pie or the meat pie. These are very, very good. Whenever I go get Jamaican food, gotta have a bean or a meat pie. Shout out to the Nation of Islam. Big shout out to my brothers over there. At number 3, I know Neal dying right now. At number 3, apple pie, man. Apple pie is it's a American staple. It's hard to fuck up apple pie. Let's just be real here. Like, you got a good apple pie with some ice cream on it, maybe some Cool Whip. Oh my God, it's so good.
Are you
man.
a pastry top guy or a crumble top guy?
Oh, that's a good question. I crumble top for sure.
Too.
Yeah, crumble top. At number 2, sweet potato pie. Listen, I let y'all whites come in here and get off that pumpkin pie shit. It is imitation sweet potato pie. Listen, there's nothing like a good homemade sweet potato pie. Luckily, I have plenty of family members that make an immaculate sweet potato pie. I'm looking forward to the holidays. And at number 1, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, dollar bill, y'all. If you know, you know.
It's delicious. Coconut cream or chocolate cream or that kind of cream pie.
Yeah.
Allegedly on GTA.
I'll save us, Neal.
For humor.
Okay,
Real quick.
Thank you, D-Mac.
Before we get too far away from my top 5 list, I forgot one that I have to put in on an honorable mention. When I worked at Grand Traverse Pie, the head baker there, Jess, like I said, you would have to throw away pies after a certain day of them sitting out, so we'd give them to like a homeless shelter or a food bank or anything like that, or take them home for ourselves. And so I had pies on deck in my fridge all like college long, and so I got sick of them. But the baker there, Jess, used to make one that was the best one I ever had. It was the apple pie, but she would put honey and peanut butter in it, and she would put like the mountain crumble top. It was just an insane pie. Delicious stuff. So shout out to Jess.
Might need one of those for this Thanksgiving.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Art Vandelay. My wife's pie better not be on anyone's list.
Well, if your wife makes good pies, because we are talking about the pies you eat and nothing for sexual gratification. Pies as in food. And this is for comedic purposes.
That's an oxymoron.
Who farted? AI-approved answers only, please, Spenny. Yeah.
You want me to save us, bud?
Please do, D-Mac. Please.
That's why I'm here. HR's here. There it is. Number 5.
You down with the
chocolate cream pie. There it is. I told you I'm down with the chocolate cream pie. Closely number 4, the coconut cream pie. Yeah, you cannot go wrong,
the
boys.
Exotics.
The key lime pie.
The Islanders.
The lemon meringue pie. And number 1, love these things. You know I love my pasty treats, but the moon pie.
You're a moon pie guy?
I'm a moon pie guy. Yeah, a moon pie.
Yeah, I just not my thing, but I don't hate on them though. They good.
Technically, the list is backwards, 5 to 1. But no. It gets dude. Anytime you come in with the cream pie, you can't lose.
No, yeah, come on now.
That's true. Spinach pies. That's a good one of these. I love spinach pies.
God, I can't wait till this is over already. But here we are. Okay. My top 5 pies. Number 5, coconut cream. I like coconut a lot. It's weird, I know. Coconut's very divisive in the pie community, but I like it a lot. So there you go. Travis, by the way, wants to know in the chat, Where's the oatmeal cream
Yeah,
pie?
that was a
Yeah,
miss.
that goes along with my moon pie.
Yeah.
I'll get
Yeah,
one of
that
those
is-
too. Can't elite.
That is true.
Oatmeal cream pie is
Number
so
4,
good.
pumpkin pie. And again, KG, not because it's a great pie or anything like that. The resume that pumpkin pie has done everything from a marketing standpoint that sweet potato pie has not. Sorry, KG. It's
that, and that's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad at that.
Is it because it's given unfair opportunities because it's white?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like Coke versus Pepsi.
Yeah, come on now.
Wow, we're late for the break. I'm going to hurry this up here. Number three, chicken pot pie. You know what? Like, low key, that's
Great meal.
great meat. It's great. And
Yes.
like, it's tough to find a good one. If you have a spot that does a good one, like a restaurant or whatever, like, it is amazing.
Travis
And I
pie.
love it.
That's why you
Yep,
got to
I
make your
love it.
own. Homemade chicken pot pie is the best.
I'm not going through all that, KG. There's too many steps. I'm not
also
doing
fair.
it.
I'm
Like,
with you on that, Neal.
that's you know what that is, KG? That's
Not
like my
easy.
parm cheese thing. That's like my parm cheese thing. I'm not going to get the grater out in the block. Is it better? Yes, it's better. But it's just too much.
And that's
my
fine. That's
line
why
on that,
pumpkin
bro.
pie gets all the love and sweet potato pie gets hated on. We put the love in it. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, number two, key lime pie. It's weird. Like, I don't know why I like it so much. Like, on surface, it wouldn't be something I like, but it is. It's very, very good. And number 1 is the OG cherry pie. Shout out to the music video back in the day. Cherry pie as well.
Low
It was
key,
very,
I'm-
very good music video.
That's the first song I beat on Expert on Guitar Hero.
Which one?
Cherry pie.
Oh, Warrant?
Nice.
Did you see
out to
there's a
Target.
Baja Blast key lime pie out at Taco Bell right now?
Yeah, I
So
seen
I
that.
got to get my mitts on that.
I was thinking
I
about
will
it.
let you, yeah. We gotta,
I love
would
Baja. I don't know if I love it
would
that
love
much.
to be crushing that tomorrow morning.
That sounds awful.
Adiz 411 bourbon pecan pie for Neal. I do like pecan pie too. Like if that were like an actual list, I would have had pecan pie in at 4 over pumpkin pie. But as you know, when I make my list, I take into account resume. So I'm like
love
I'm
pecan
like
pie.
the college football playoff committee. I make my list based on resume. So there's that also. All right, more Lions Eagle stuff that we want to get to. Tell them about Mad Packs.
Listen, Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com to find a store near you carrying the best product in the game. Whether it's the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas, the THCA Blizzard Pack Infused Moon Rocks, or any of their top shelf strains. Go to getmadpacks.com today and find it at a store near you. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
And Neal, what about Buddies?
Let's talk about Buddy's Pizza, everybody. As a matter of fact, it's the holiday season, so you can give the gift of Buddy's Pizza and get some free pizza for yourself. I'm just saying. You receive a 4-square one-topping pizza voucher for every $50 gift card purchase now through the end of 2025. Also, host your holiday event with Buddy's. When you book a reservation or cater, they have dine-in, all-you-can-eat party packages that start at just $15 per person, or you can cater your event with the original Detroit-style pizza. Save 20% off your order with $200 or more. All you have to do is use the promo code
Holiday 20. So you can take a look at the catering menu. Go to buddyspizza.com/catering. Don't forget that Holiday 20 promo code as well. Save 20% of your order off $200 or more. Holiday season, Buddy's Pizza. Yes. All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network coming down the stretch. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Good to be back up online on YouTube, also on Twitch as well. And we're sitting here doing it, and we're chopping it up. Heavy Lions, Eagles. I've shared my thoughts about the city of Philadelphia earlier on, so you probably want to catch that also. Detroit Arrow in the chat. I make a crazy good shepherd's pie. It seems like a lot, like a homemade shepherd's pie or chicken pot pie.
Shepherd's
that seems
pie
like
is so
a lot
good.
to go.
No, it is. And shepherd's pie is easier because it's just mashed potatoes and then whatever you want to
Big
throw
fan.
Yeah, I had shepherd's pie in the hospital when I was staying overnight for a concussion in high school.
in. Oh shit.
I'll bring you back.
All right, that'll work, I guess.
Homecoming
Spenny
night,
had
I couldn't
this.
go to homecoming. Sucked.
That's tough.
Yeah, I got
Um,
I was seasoned on the sideline stuff. Not good.
God damn.
My sister and my mom were like crying in my face. They're like, I was like, I'm fine. Get out of here. Jeez.
Spenny's got this one, and it's pretty good on the show sheet. Just flat out, who has the running back advantage in this game? The Lions or the Eagles? Who's got it, D-Mac?
Well, I think that if you had this question, at the beginning of the season, take your time. Yeah, you have to think about it. But Barkley ain't Barkley no more. Yeah. It's you. It's your double head, your Sonic and Knuckles and whatever that the way that the whole thing is whatever establishes your play action, right? Whatever establishes your play action. So I give the nod to after last game, and it'll be a lot tougher this game, but I give the nod to us because I haven't seen Saquon Barkley being Saquon Barkley, and even Jalen Hurts. He doesn't. There's something off. There's just something off about their offense, and you tell me that they're ranked 10th worst in the NFL. That makes sense from the eyeball test. So I got to give it from what I've seen and what Gibbs is coming off of, and the way that I guess what I like is I think it was foreshadowed to the fact in Dan Campbell when he took the play calling and whatever is how not only the first series and whatever he got everybody sort of touches, and what did we see? We see Montgomery in way earlier, right? It was like the first possession, third down, whatever, to establish the run. I think this is a Montgomery game. I think more than a Gibbs game, like pounding the rock and stuff like this. So I think if you can get the two-headed monster going, there's no question.
In the chat, in the Woodward Sports YouTube chat, Detroit Lionheart brought up something, and I didn't really think about it like this. Their Montgomery is Jalen Hurts.
Pretty much.
And that's 100% right, man. Absolutely 100% right.
I would say he's their Gibbs. I'd say Saquon's more their Montgomery the way that he is this year. He's running more inside and not breaking those Saquon. What do we always say? What do you always tell me about these running backs? There's a time. There's a carry. Each one of them has sort of this clock of carries that go back, to high school and stuff like this. Are we seeing the chink in the armor right now, or is it just something that he's dealing with nagging and injuries, but he's not the Saquon Barkley that we've all feared in the past? You guys see it that way, or am I not making
their offensive line ain't what it used to be either?
Okay, well, so, and
not to say it's horrible, but it's not the best.
Okay, so that'll lead to it because I like the way that our guys come together.
And D-Mac, last game, the game against the Packers, and I know the numbers weren't great for Saquon, but I did see it, especially in the fourth quarter, like when they needed a big play, they got him the football, they got him in the football in the passing game. He was able to bust free on a catch, not like take it to the house or anything like that.
Like
and it's just like I sat there the whole time expecting it from Saquon Barkley. I did, and he delivered. It's just going back to what you said, D-Mac. You talked about the clock that's on a running back, and last year he had over 400 touches in the NFL last year, and this is
this is my thing. And D-Mac, you and I talked about this offline at Art and Jake's last weekend. And remember, D-Mac, I said to you, I'm like, man, I know the mob wants Jahmyr Gibbs to get the football every single play, either run or pass. That's why I would like to see the Lions, to some degree, keep Jahmyr Gibbs on the chain a little bit, just in terms of those touches. How many 400 touch seasons does a running back have in them these days? Especially given the physicality of the game. Because you know what my biggest takeaway was from that Monday night game for the Packers against the Eagles? It was a war. And bodies were all over the field. Mm-hmm. Bodies getting carted off like prime time, big time players. It's something to monitor, D-Mac. And look, we were partying and everyone was having fun against the Commanders, and Jahmyr Gibbs is popping off. And I'll say this as well. Somewhere along the way, when this year started, he was Bijan Robinson, right? Coming off a good season, he was Bijan. But over the last couple weeks, he's turned back into Bijan. And when he's putting up the numbers, he's Bijan. But when he's been what he's been lately, he's Bijan. And D-Mac, Jahmyr Gibbs has been the best running back in football this year. Hard stop.
Jonathan Taylor.
Well, yeah, if JT.
The two of them.
Best dual threat running back in football this year.
There you go.
There you go.
Best dual threat running back when you take into account pass catching.
Yeah.
Best running back in the NFC, Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's fair.
Good catch, Spenny. I got out in front of myself right there. All right, let me retry that. He's the best dual threat running back in the NFL. Jahmyr Gibbs is. He is. Just the danger he is in the passing game.
His speed.
I'm not saying I'm worried about it. I'm not saying he has a shelf life or anything like that. I'm just saying keep in mind, monitor the touches. That's all I'm asking.
So, Neal, when you ask, when you bring this up, and it's a realistic question or whatever, don't you look at to where his team is and who his coach is? Because when you say that, I think Dan Campbell has that utter awareness of it. That's why I think the game plan might be a little different. That's why you see the weapons. Like, what did I tell you the other day when watching the game, right? When you said to me, right early, you showed me a tweet that said Dan Campbell calling the plays today or whatever, and we were like, oh, is he? Let's see. And then what did I say? Oh, immediately, look at the distribution. Look, Khalif Raymond in there. And then with what they did with JMO and stuff like that. So I think he's aware of how he's got to get not only all of his guys involved, but I think that in the tough water that you'll be prepared. That's why, to your point, I think that they lean more on Montgomery with this hard running and, the insides. It's going to be at Laporta, who by far, we got a conversation sometime down the road that we stumbled upon that we want to have with the people about Laporta and Branch, but that's not for today. But the fact is it's going to be a war. And I think that your guys are ready to go for it. I think that you have to preserve your elite talent like Jahmyr Gibbs, and whether it's, I don't think it's like the tackle. I think that in the Washington game, you weren't really worried about that because of the speed and how to get him on the outside and different stuff like that and getting him going. But I think that's why I think it's going to be, to your point, the war of attrition on the inside. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of stoppages, for trainers coming out and giving guys help off the field.
Wilson in the chat. I knew somebody was going to do this. Taylor actually has more receiving yards than Gibbs. Ask a linebacker in the NFL. Ask a linebacker. If they had to cover one of the two, who would they choose to cover? I think KG, Spencer. We know the answer to that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Spenny?
I mean, I don't know, dude. Jonathan Taylor's MVP. I don't think anybody.
Oh, 100%.
He's a beast, but you can catch Jonathan Taylor.
That's fair.
Right.
You ain't catching games.
And KG, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I hate how this becomes that. Anytime you want to talk about something like that, well, you saying Jonathan Taylor sucks? No. Yesterday or 2 days ago on the show, I legit said if he doesn't win the MVP, then the MVP award's a joke.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan Taylor is the MVP in the National Football League. Period. End of story. The Colts are good. with Daniel Jones at quarterback, who I think gets slept on a little bit. But Jonathan Taylor's like the straw that stirred the drink. I'm saying I go to this. Ask the athletes.
Yeah.
If they had to cover Jonathan Taylor or they had to cover Jahmyr Gibbs, who would they rather cover?
You can't cover Gibbs. He's a blur. He's literally a blur.
That's my point. But you guys do what you want to do. You guys want to take it and get over granular with it, then go ahead. Detroit Arrow. Neal isn't talking about stats. He's talking about with everything being perfect, Gibbs would be the best dual threat running back in the league. Sure, 100%. And if imagine if there was no Montgomery here. Who's the Colts' second string running back? No one knows.
Is it Naheem Hines still?
No, I don't think so.
I know. Hey, Spenny, people only know that because he's been on everyone's fantasy team ever.
Of course, when Jonathan Taylor got hurt. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So,
Phil
so
Rivers
that's
was throwing him the ball like 7 times a game.
Yeah. Big Con 51. Neal, question. If you're the Bengals GM, do you cut ties with Burrow if you can get 2 1s? He's injury prone. Looks good with Flacco. No point in playing him if the defense can't stop anything. Big Con, look, can I meet you in the middle? At some point, and I know that most people aren't ready to ask this question, but at some point you have to ask yourself the Joe Burrow question. Can he stay healthy? Play games. People can say what they want about Jared Goff. He's always out there, man.
Jared Goff also has an offensive line and always has had one.
That's also fair.
Well, hey, then why didn't the organization make it a priority?
That's the question.
Fair.
Thank goodness they didn't.
Right. But that's the real question. Why would you draft a quarterback and not put an O-line in front of him? It makes no sense.
No, and that's where I was with it.
You know what makes a
Steve
lot of
O'Bates.
sense? Getting your
What's
haircut
that?
at Lady Jane's.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know what you do? You walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. It's open 7 days a week. You sit back. You relax. You enjoy a haircut, a scalp massage, a hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment from one of the talented stylists. You take advantage of the $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code on the screen. Get your coupon today. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
The weather might be getting cold, but at Loom, the good vibes are heating up. Buzzing, sparkling THC beverages are here to take you into fall with bold, crisp flavors for a limited time. Try their brand new seasonal drop, apple cider. It is phenomenal. Each can has 7.5 milligrams of real THC, wrapped in bubbles, made with real fruit juice, 0 artificial sweeteners, and absolutely no hangover. Perfect for bonfires, tailgates, backyard barbecues, or like I like them on the golf course. Find Buzzin' at all 39 Loom Cannabis Company locations across Michigan. Order online at loom.com. Use code WSN30 to save 30% on your entire order.
All right, coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, get your thoughts. Click the like button since you're in there as well. Good to be back on YouTube. Smash that like button, as a matter of fact. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jay Swish, not to get over granular, Taylor's in MVP talks and could be 2 records straight up. Well, Jay Swish, not to get over granular, he's got like 60 more carries than Jahmyr Gibbs does.
And
You know what I'm saying?
shout out to Ryan. She DM'd me and said, just wanted to say I'm glad y'all are back on YouTube. I listen to your show while I get ready for work every morning and while I open up the reptile section. Was so lost without y'all. So shout out to Ryan.
Shout out Ryan.
Reptiles.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Absolutely. Good to have everybody back here. The whole YouTube family is back and at it. Spenny, you put it on the sheet, and the Cade Cunningham thing, it's been very divisive on social media. Like
what?
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
divisive.
Like, it's unbelievable. So like the Cade Cunningham thing, the 40+ point triple double. Social media, like you've had people out there like killing them, saying, "Well, yeah, he had 40 field goal attempts and stuff like that."
Man.
Are people glossing over this?
Miss me with that, Neal, please. I know it's not you. I'm just saying, miss me with that.
It's
I don't
out
think
there.
people
Like
are
Spenny,
appreciating it.
I don't give a damn if he took 100 shots. He got a 40-point triple-double, and he won the game. I'm good. I don't care. Just like I don't care about the turnovers. It's the same argument to me.
Well, it goes back to it, man. Like, this isn't the only time for Cade. And, like, he's on this list, and it's him and Michael Jordan. And truth be told, like, his rookie year, he was on a list with Jordan and a couple of, like, the
last year.
Like, he's like, stayed in this company. Is he, and, like, look, I hear the MVP chants at LCA right now, but he's still kind of being slept on nationally, I feel like. Am I crazy with this or no?
No, I think they starting to catch on. You've been seeing a lot more national coverage from people like NBC, different podcasts with former ball players. Carmelo Anthony, shout out to him his podcast. He did a whole segment about Cade Cunningham being a player that he would like to, impart wisdom on and train with in the summer. And he highlighted a lot of parts of his game. I think
recognize Ruhl?
Yeah, all the time. But I think that, the national media are finally starting to catch up. And it's because the Pistons are the number 1 seed right now. Like, make no mistake, if the Pistons were still like a 5 or 6 seed, then you wouldn't be getting this type of coverage, even with Cade balling like he is. But now that the Pistons are in a prominent position to where okay, this team may be for real, now you're getting all the Cade glaze. And I've been seeing it more and more over the last, I would say, 2 weeks of the national spotlight, putting more of a spotlight on Cade.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Detroit Arrow. Kobe took 50 shots in a game. No one said a word. Cade takes 45. Everyone loses their mind. DNC ENT. But he missed the most field goal attempts in NBA history. STFU. It was wild to me though. Like, it's just there was like a segment of people that just like piled in immediately, and we're like, because look, we love these stats, man. Like, everyone goes crazy for it on social media. I think some people get, I think people sometimes make too much of it. But in this space right here, it just goes to show you, like, he is him, man. Like, he's the star. Like, you are gonna, this franchise, this city, this basketball organization has hitched their wagons to Cade Cunningham. He is their guy. He is their guy that they're gonna ride to, hopefully one day win an NBA championship with them. He's the guy, man. Like, it is, and I just feel like there's questions, and D-Mac, I'm curious to get your take on it, because I feel like even locally, there's questions about him. It's almost like Jared Goff questions, where there's a certain segment that right now they can't say anything about it because he's done historical things. But I think in the back shadows, there are people that maybe aren't sold on Cade Cunningham, even in this town to some degree. And I know he's getting the MVP chance and stuff like that, but we saw it on social media. D-Mac, he's the guy, right? Like, he's the franchise.
100 million%. And here's the one thing about Cade. Do you think that that's going to improve?
Yes.
And if he does get 45 shots again, he's going to make more or whatever? Like, he's the leader of this team, the heart and soul. And I don't know what people are talking about. I think maybe your analogy to people like Jared Goff, but that's ridiculous. in my mind. What I go to is what are the former players saying? And what a guy like Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to listen to see what he says.
Of course.
Or what like who
Kevin
are the
Durant.
who are the guys that have been there? What are they saying? If they're questioning, well then maybe there's smoke, there's fire, but doesn't seem like it. And my eyeball test is that this guy's going to lead us to the next championship.
Neal, it's the checklist that you always talk about. And I hate to bring up Stick, but he is on the spectrum of being one of those people. It's all right, Cade, yeah, he's all right in the regular season and all that, but what have you done for me in the playoffs? And that's the next box that everybody is holding Cade to. Oh, okay, but what about the playoffs? So, we're going to keep going down this cycle, and he's going to keep hitting these milestones, but that's exactly it. The people that are still kind of out on Cade is those type of people. Oh, okay, well, yeah, but what about the playoffs? What about the postseason? Stuff like that.
We got to wait till we get there.
Yeah, duh, yeah.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. Shad 216. Stick tried to be slick and say Cade had 11 turnovers yesterday.
Yeah, he did, man.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. DNC ENT. Cade did, and this is a great point by DNC ENT. He did what he had to do in a game where Dennis Jenkins had the second most field goal attempts. That's the definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at and it's not like they had full manpower, right? He put them on his back and did what he needed to do. I liked your text, an ugly win's better than a great loss. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. So to me, I would say, holy cow, right? When it comes down to it, hopefully in the playoffs, he's proven that he can put you on his back. There's improvement. We all agree with that. We'd like to see him cut down on the turnovers and make more shots and stuff like this. But
he's done that.
You watch that, but you watch the game. There's a flow that who the leader of this team is.
Yeah.
Just like every good team. Who's the guy the ball goes through.
Shane Daniel in the Super Chat just submitted my entry for Outkick Your Coverage. My wife's response, what more can we do to win? She's all in for this contest. Boy, Shane, I think low-key that was a shot at you, bro. We gotta find that one, Spenny.
We gotta ugly you up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure she's hot and make sure you're ugly as hell.
Yeah,
there you go.
Knock out a tooth,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do this then. Let's do the mailbag ask questions in the chat when we come back for the last segment. We haven't done that in a minute, man. So if you got a question for DMAC, for me, Spenny, KG, whoever, drop in any questions you have about anything, about life, anything you got before we ride off to the end of the show. Where are we going, Spenny?
Jars. Welcome to the jungle. Head to Jars and get your hands on Jungle Juice. A bold, high-performance cannabis brand where raw power meets rugged innovation. They got a full range of products from pre-rolls, flowers, and vapes to edibles like chocolate gummies and sugar cone snacks. Check out the Jungle Juice infused pre-roll line. It hits hard and comes in 12 different strains to choose from. You can find Jungle Juice in over 200 dispensaries across Michigan, including your local Jars. Follow them on Instagram at GetJungleJuice and experience the power for yourself.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like DMAC. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neal, what about Caesars?
Let's talk about Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on the screen right there above my head.
and make your first deposit with Caesars using the promo code Woodward1000. That way, when you make your first bet, if you happen to lose it, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. It's almost like a do-over, everyone. You can't lose, I guess, because you're going to get it back as a free bonus bet, even if you lose. It's Caesars. The app is clean. It doesn't glitch out. And it's Caesars, one of the OGs in all of gambling, let alone the sports betting world. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, final segment of the show, Big D Interview with the Sports Network. Detroit Dabber in the chat. Yo KG, the new DCFC starter jackets dropped yesterday. So check those out.
I got to get on that, man. Neal, we got some type of discount you hook a brother up with? What's up, man?
I can do a little something for you. Yeah, I can get you a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I can get
Christmas
you a little
coming
bit.
up.
Absolutely. DeadCityFC.com. Give it a peep. Woodward Sports chat thread. We said questions and things like that. In the chat, I just had it and lost it. James Galena. Are we sleeping on the Bears? Are we sleeping on the Bears, D-Mac?
No.
I agree.
No, smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Well, see you later. No, I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I'm confused because I was told Ben Johnson sucks. But
No, he doesn't suck, and they're better. Here they are. They're better than we thought they were. But I just don't see them being able to. And, God bless them in this league. It's about wins and losses. But I just think that they're not there yet. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big Caleb Williams guy, right? Like there's something that's there. So, I'm not worried about them.
I kind of equate the Bears to my take on the Steelers. When the Steelers win, it's because of Mike Tomlin. And when they lose, it's because of Aaron Rodgers. And I kind of feel that way about the Bears, too. Because, Ben Johnson's good. Caleb Williams isn't. But Ben Johnson will make him good to some degree. So that's where I'm at. Mike O in the chat. Would it be okay for me to is it okay for Mike O to drop off his 08 Wings mug with some gift cards to have D-Mac sign it?
I already said drop it off, bro. Let's go.
Yep, there it is. Let me see what else. What else we got going on here? Again, get in there with your comments. D-Mac, what do you? I'm out tomorrow because we'll be flying back. What do you got going on this weekend?
Oh, I'll be. There's a hockey tournament, youth hockey tournament over in at Big Boy Arena. I'll be signing autographs noon to 3.
Shout out.
Over there. I know that. I'll be trying to get golf in, but the weather's not going to look good. So that's probably the only real thing. I'll be here tomorrow.
Shout out.
Hold it down.
Thursday fights with D-Mac?
Yeah, you could pull them out. Hey, dude, I'm here to serve.
I got you.
I mean, that's it.
I got you.
313 FBI surveillance van. That's a weird name. Do you think if TA was taken in the draft and we drafted Rakestraw as our DB1 and he's currently injured, would we have drafted Tyleek or a new defensive back? Glad you boys are back. That's interesting. I bet we would have taken a defensive back. What do you think, Spenny?
I think they would have taken Tyleek either way. I don't know if there was a defensive back that was their guy at that spot, and they love Tyleek and what he they like their guys. They play their board. They don't reach and draft for picks just because of position. So I think Tyleek was the pick either way. Me and Brad Holton saw eye to eye on that one.
Hey, Neal, little
yes.
DMAC fact, because you read that FBI surveillance or whatever like that. Little tip. If you, say, live in an area that's maybe a little sketchy that people want to steal your internet, just put your internet as FBI surveillance. They won't steal it.
Smart.
Dude, I learned that from the doc, the good doctor. She taught me that down in Clearwater.
Smart.
Charles Bosnack in the super chat. I'm not sold yet, but if Cade keeps this up, I may change my mind, though it must be said we need to have playoff runs. So...
And once he starts winning playoff games, then it's can you give me a championship? It's the same spiel.
But what's the do you believe you can win with Cade Cunningham? Can Cade Cunningham lead you to the promised land?
Yes.
100%.
Andy will.
Neal?
Yeah, you know that. I was on him in college, man.
No, 100%. So, I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, Spenny.
Last one here, Rando Smalls, mailbag. I think the Tigers keep Skubal for the season. What do you think Harris goes after to add?
Not a damn
Rando,
thing.
I think they're going to keep him too, like through the season, and
That's
I want
what the
him
rumor
to.
is.
Get ready to speak
Yeah,
Gio
and-
Urshela.
Right. And just to make you happy, Neal, they're probably going to bring back, Maz was talking about it this morning. We're going to get Max Scherzer back. We're going to get Justin Verlander back. And then we just going to have a big-ass farewell tour for all of the pitchers that were once our franchise that we just let walk out the door. Besides JV.
And
I already know
their
you're
prime.
Yeah, right. I already know what you're going to do with JV, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Great. Can't wait for that. But no, Rando, I do think that they're going to keep him, and I want them to. And I was reading something in The Athletic this morning, as a matter of fact, while I was eating breakfast, that brought up the fact that they think that they're gonna keep them, and if they're in contention at the deadline, obviously they'll keep them. If they fall out of contention, then they'll move them. But you're always going to be in contention in this broke-ass division. Like you are. Like that's just the way that this works here with this
Keep them
division.
to the deadline. Yeah, if y'all bottom out and you got them at the deadline, what you going to get fucking peanuts for them?
Well, I mean, the
That's
bottom thing
hilarious.
is but the bottom line for me, KG, is if you're not going to bring back a back-to-back Cy Young winner, then what are we doing anyway? So I'll just take my chance. I'll bet on the snake eyes on the one roll. The one roll.
Yeah,
bet.
on one
I'll
player
take
and no free agent additions. Yep, got it.
Gio Urshela.
That's it. It's better than nothing. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter. Good
Safe
job here
travels,
today.
Neal.
Yeah, absolutely. Golden Grizzlies, #1 Houston Cougars on the Odyssey app tonight. I'll be on the call. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Well, see you later.